Politicians on all levels, from national governments to local authorities, continue to use excuses to have total control over our everyday lives, and it's time for us to speak out. Yes, another example of a government authority, this time the local authority in Kent, in England, that's decided to use some measures in order to help us in the interest of the population. Back in the day, it used to be national security reasons. Then it turned into public health concerns. Then in the name of the environment and climate. And now crowd control. And again, just security. And this time, Canterbury in Kent decided to focus on local population. It's all about population control. Now, there are a number of issues in Canterbury that they decided, the council, they come up with radical plans to essentially ban drivers crossing neighborhoods. Do you know how they've done it? Oh yeah, they've decided to split Canterbury into 5 different categories, and basically you have to live in your own district. 5 different areas, and you can't cross the boundaries. Now, not in a black and white way, but we're going to talk about this properly. Basically, this radical plan will see, but the people at the top of the local authority and the council will see Canterbury being split into 5 separate zones, with residents being banned from driving directly between each. All because of traffic, all because of the overpopulation of the area. Maybe you could have had better policies long term, including mass migration and including sorting out the planning system in the past so we don't get to this point. Now, it's fascinating that they've decided to put people in these zones like it's some sort of Hunger Games movie. But all these dystopian scenarios that we've had, back in the day, it used to be in movies and TV shows. Everything about the future, crowd control, and all this stuff in the name of public interest. Well, it's actually happening. Now, look at these zones. Absolutely embarrassing. Now, this whole thing will actually mean short, direct journeys across Canterbury, whether to supermarkets or retail parks or GP surgeries, it'll be banned. You can't do it. This is in an effort to encourage residents to walk, cycle, or use public transport. Okay, this is getting quite interesting now. Now, this is a Kent Online reported this news, but the mainstream media are not talking about any of this, so we are going to be talking about. What if I'm a visitor to Canterbury? Well, those visiting the city from other Kent districts and boroughs or tourists will not be able to park within the city walls. So that means that all these car parks that they already have will therefore become redundant. What? So first, they're going to, again, we've had national security as an excuse. We had public health. We had recently, obviously, the environment concerns, and now population concerns. They're going to be basically telling you how to live your life, what to wear, what to eat, how to get around the city and the country and the whole world, because they want to help you. Not because politicians and governments systemically and successively have messed up the foundation of infrastructure in our countries. If they had sorted out the planning systems, if they had sorted out an actual plan to have when it comes to population going up or population going down. We have a big problem in this country because on the one hand, of course, we are only using 2 to 4% of the land in terms of habitable land. If you actually ignore the big chunks of the green spaces, the green areas that we have. Having said that, the biggest problem that we have is that we are having overpopulation because of mass migration, but we're actually getting depopulation because the natives in this country are no longer having babies. So within the next few decades, we're not going to have anybody really. This whole nation is going to be completely international, and there's no even close identity to Anglo-Saxons. So not that that's the main concern. Of course, that is a huge concern on a different level about the actual heritage and the culture of this land. That's one issue. But in this topic, we're simply talking about the fact that they're using it as an excuse to tell you what to do, to have total control over your lives. And the fact that Kent Online reported this, and nobody in the mainstream media is interested in this story, that is extremely worrying. But this channel is here for you guys, for those who are sick and tired of the left-wing bias of the mainstream media and, of course, the globalist elite at the same time, because they're not telling you the truth. But we will tell you the truth with your support and with your help. And thanks again, guys, for watching. Make sure to share this video. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.